Another day, another sewing pattern. Hello guys, and welcome to this video tutorial for this cinched bodycon dress. This is actually one of my favorite patterns that I've made so far. It just hugs the body so perfectly. Anyway, for this pattern, you're obviously going to need your pattern pieces. Everything that you need to know about cutting your pattern and putting it together will be on your PDF document after you've purchased the pattern from my Etsy store. If you're coming from my Etsy store, obviously you already have the pattern. Anyway, you are going to be cutting 2 of each of these pieces, obviously on fold. My pattern doesn't have all the signage and all the labels. That is because I know I know what everything is, but on your pattern you're obviously going to have some signs and you're going to have everything that you need to know as you sew the pattern. You're also going to need 4-way stretch fabric. I am using a Bon fabric. When I work with stretch patterns, I always use this fabric. Every single time, this is what I always use. I've always used Bon. It is 95% polyester, 5% elastin. Yeah. So anyway, you are going to cut your pattern pieces. I must say, if you want the pattern the dress to fit you tighter, eliminate the seam allowance on the side seam. I usually do a 0.5 inch side seam, but you can eliminate that. Anyway, we're going to start off with our straps. We are going to cut some straps, fold it in half, serge that side, and then after we serge, this is what we're going to have. We are then going to take our loop turner and turn it inside out. Because your straps are going to be tight straps, you can make it as long or as short as you want to. You can make them as thin or as thick as you want to. It's up to you. You don't even have to use these type of straps. You could play it up and maybe use a chain as a strap. Like, just play around, get creative, accessorize the dress. It's all up to you. Anyway, when I'm done with all my straps, I'm going to take my back piece, right side facing up. I'm going to put my straps in place. Then I am going to put the other back piece right side facing down. So basically the 2 back pieces should be right sides together, which is the right sides are on the inside. Anyway, I'm going to pin that top seam that has my straps, pin the bottom. Then I am going to serge. If you don't have a serger, that is okay. You are going to use a zigzag stitch for this. Anyway, pin. After pinning everything, like I said, we're just going to serge the top and the bottom. You are done serging. This is what you are going to have. This is what your pieces are going to look like. So basically the pieces are put together. It's just that the side seams are open. You're going to see this for your front and your back piece. So what you're going to do from this point, we're almost done. Like, it's really that quick. It is really that quick. What we're going to do is we're going to turn our front piece inside out, meaning that the right side of the fabric should be out, right? So you're going to turn it inside out like so. Then what you're going to do is you are not going to turn your back piece inside out. You're going to leave your back piece as is, and you are going to put your front piece inside of it. Because remember, we want to make this a completely seamless dress, and this dress is going to be amazing if you're using a zigzag stitch, because we're not going to have any stitching on the outside. So my front piece is right sides out, right? I've turned it inside out the right way. Gosh, I hope I'm making sense, but this is how it is. You guys can see in the video, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to match up all the seams. So right on that top seam, the underarm seam, I'm going to make sure that everything is perfectly aligned. Then I'm going to pin, you know the drill, pin, and then we're going to move on to the rest of the side seam, pin, and then from there we are going to stitch. I want to show you how we stitch it. When you have pinned everything, you want to make sure you pin everything and everything is in place, because you want all the seams to match up. You want the front seams to match up with the back seams, and you want everything to match up. But now you're going to stitch, leave a small opening, right, where I'm indicating with that marker. Leave that small opening. Do not stitch that opening, because we're going to use that opening to turn the dress inside out. That is what's going to help us turn the dress inside out. The smaller the better. If you're ambitious and you think that you can make it very small and you're going to be able to turn your dress inside out, I recommend it. Try and make it as small as you can. Maybe 3 fingers wide. 3 fingers wide at minimum. Anyway, you're going to stitch the side seams, leave that other part open. As you can see right here, I've stitched the side seam. I've used my serger. If you don't have a serger, it's okay. You're going to use your zigzag stitch, right? So now I'm using that teeny tiny little opening, and I'm going to turn the dress inside out. And I think at the beginning of this video, I told you that this dress is not going to take long to make. Like, this is like a 1-hour dress and you're done. 1 hour and you're out. Like, in the span of time that it takes you to go shopping and buy this dress, you would have made it. Anyway, we are now going to turn the dress inside out. When you're turning it inside out, you want to make sure that you are just grabbing the front pieces, right? So you're going to open it up, grab the 2 front pieces, and then pull them out. That is how you're going to turn the dress inside out. If you're trying to turn the dress inside out and it's not turning inside out, you probably pulled on the wrong thing, but it should turn out, it should be easy for you to turn it inside out, like how I'm doing right here. So turn it inside out, and then you're almost done. After you've turned it inside out, you're gonna have that open little pocket. I recommend that you can do an invisible stitch. Just find a way to stitch it close, babe. It's that simple. Just stitch it close. Use an invisible stitch. You can stitch very close to the seam. Whatever you choose to do, that's what you do to close it, and you are done.